Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
High school athletics is not what it used to be. The sporting goods industry has been disrupted, adding to coach and athletic director daily challenges. BSN Sports stands ready to change the fundamentals of our industry, giving our customers the advantages they need right now. Your dedicated local sales pro is supported with nationwide team service, including sport and category experts. Get the look of D1 colleges and pro teams with our program that streamlines ordering your staff apparel, player gear, and fan wear. Stretch your budget with our fundraising solution. Free and ready in minutes. Our campus branding products are perfect for boosting school and team pride. BSN Sports has the advantages you need right now.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do, be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30, touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
Conference Carolinas is where tradition is unmatched and excellence is earned daily in the classroom, during practice, and in high-level competition. Our virtues set us apart. We work daily to build champions in body, mind, and soul. It's who we are. This is Conference Carolinas.
At King University, we prepare you for your career and for your life.
King has impacted my life in more ways than I could have ever imagined. And this really came out when I was able to go on one of the mission trips to Atlanta, Georgia to work with refugee children with King University. It was in that moment that I realized that this was truly the moment that I was meant to come to King, and I just love how beautifully King University weaves faith and learning together.
At Anderson University, we are on a journey, one that seeks to find the purpose for which God created each and every one of us. So we search, we grow, we dive in, and with a close-knit community, small class sizes, accomplished and supportive faculty, and a spirit that believes that together we can accomplish big things, the person we are striving to become doesn't feel so far away. So we push, we dream, we dig deeper, until our journey finds us as teachers, artists, writers, athletes, engineers, nurses, and friends. And while we're at it, we just might change the world. Anderson University, knowledge for your journey.
All journeys begin with a single step. At Francis Marion University, your journey is about more than just grade point averages, championships, or graduation day. It's about the promise that an education from FMU brings. How at the end of the journey, you will be more than when you began. Francis Marion University. Become more.
Abraham Lincoln was fond of saying that the most important thing in our lives should be our own resolution to succeed. We see that as a challenge to each of us to act boldly and become everything we're capable of being. It doesn't matter if you're just getting started or making a huge change. Find those who can help you get there and become the person you know you can be. And the sooner you take Abe's advice, the closer you'll be to the place you know you belong. Create your future at LMU.
Hometown ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just
And pitching today for the Patriots, number 11, Rachel Davis. The Patriots are assisted by Stephanie Bagwell and are led by head coach Stacey Valley. And now for the non-starters for Anderson. 00, Maggie Matthews. Number 6, Taylor Cruz. Number 10, Yaz Loriano. Number 11, Emily LaFleur. Number 13, Trinity Queen.
Hello, my name is Reese Helms. Welcome to the NCAA Southeast Regional. first game is hosted by number 1, the Anderson University Trojans, and the 8th seed Francis Marion Patriots. I always say on the Anderson broadcast, it's a big day when I can get Kevin Selman on the broadcast, and it's an even bigger day when I can get Kevin Selman and Coach Todd Hay on the broadcast joining me today for this NCAA Southeast Regional.
And here we are on a beautiful day. A little breezy for South Carolina in the Anderson upstate area. It's usually not this breezy here.
Yeah, windy day today, and that plays well to the power hitters for each side. The pitchers might be a little bit more stressed about that, but definitely a windy day. You can see the flagpoles behind center field flying today, and should be in store for a good game today.
I'm going to tell you, Reese and Todd, it doesn't matter if it's the NCAA Southeast Regional or if it's just a regular midweek game against the Flying Fleet from Erskine. Any time is a great time to be at the Tommy Hewitt Softball Complex.
That is true, and it's a great weekend for that. 4 great teams here this weekend. Anderson, obviously. We got Francis Marion. We got 2 Commerce Carolina schools, Francis Marion and King. Those 2 schools actually played in the tournament championship a weekend ago, which King won by a score of 1-0. And then also Lincoln Memorial, the South Atlantic Conference tournament champions, and 4 great teams, and double elimination tournament, but anybody can win this tournament.
Yeah, and I think it's who's playing the best right now, and you got to say, just looking at the lineups, and you would say Lincoln Memorial might be the hot team coming in, having had a little bit of a losing streak, but then caught fire in the tournament and feeling pretty confident right now going in.
Yeah, so we're getting set for national anthem. We'll be back momentarily for first pitch.
At this time, please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Getting set for first pitch here at Anderson, South Carolina, between the Anderson Trojans, the number 1 seed in the Southeast Regional, against the number 8 seed, the Francis Marion Patriots. Take a look now at the starting lineup for Francis Marion. The leadoff hitter is going to be the shortstop Ashton Patterson. Megan Matzel batting second, playing second base. Left fielder Danielle Caraxon playing left field, and Savannah Rawson will be the cleanup hitter playing first base. And in the circle this afternoon for the Trojans, it's going to be the South Atlantic Conference Pitcher of the Year, Lakin Maxwell. Had herself a great sophomore season this year, and it's going to be the biggest game, Todd, that she's pitched in so far in her young career.
Yeah, but that's what great players want to do, right? They want to be in the big moment. I know all coaches and all sports talk about this. You train and you train and you train for days and weekends such as this. So it's pretty exciting for all these players to be in the NCAA regional for sure.
It's going to be Ashton Patterson leading things off here for Francis Marion. Coming off a conference tournament championship loss to King a weekend ago.
Not only do the Patriots have their numbers on the front and back, but they also have their names on the jerseys.
That's pretty nice. Pretty nice touch there as they can find some strike zone there for strike one.
And we can all be thankful for that, right?
We can.
Holy cow. It is so hard to read some jerseys and some weekends.
Yeah. When we have between innings, I'll tell you a story about that.
It's popped up out of play. Beautiful day here in Anderson, South Carolina. Noon first pitch, and just a few clouds in the sky. Sunny, windy day.
You know, I don't know what capacity is here at the Hewitt Softball Complex, but doesn't look like there's a seat to be had out there.
Yeah, it's going to stay that way the whole weekend, especially with 4 teams in town, NCAA tournament. You know, Todd just mentioned it a moment ago. You know, great players make big plays, and each play during the season leads up to this moment. You know, you practice every day. Every game you win gets you to this moment here today. The 1-2 pitch from Maxwell has popped up behind the backstop.
Reese, you may know this, but I'm trying to remember the last year that we hosted the Southeast Regional. I don't know. I can't recall the year, but
well, it would have been at Smithers Field, 2014, 13.
Yeah. It's quite an honor to be able to host an event like this.
The 1-2 pitch from Maxwell is grounded up the middle, fielded by Hannah Whitaker to Boatner for the first out.
It's something that our good friend Todd Hay can relate to, as we were fortunate enough to host the.
Yeah, just not too long ago in December.
That's right. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, we played Francis Marion, didn't we?
We did.
Francis Marion was the 8th seed. They played Ryan.
That's right. That's right.
So they were here. So
okay, I do remember that now.
We played Mars Hill in the first round.
Okay, that's right. I do remember that. But I remember them being here.
This is FMU's second trip to Anderson, both times for the NCAA tournament. So
it's been a while, right?
Yeah.
Since we last played Francis Marion.
Looking at Maxwell gets ahead in the count again, 0-1. That is popped up, third base side. Fielded there by Morgan Charter for the second out.
Something unique about these two teams is Anderson. We used to be in the Conference Carolinas before we were in the SAC. Francis Marion used to be in the Peach Belt. They left the Peach Belt to join Conference Carolinas.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
This was their first year, I believe.
I believe it was.
Is that right?
Yeah. Now batting is the left fielder Danielle Craxton, 351 average this season. Trying to get something going after 2 quick outs for the Patriots.
The senior from Bartow, Florida.
We'll have to do our geography trivia on that one. I have no clue where Bartow, Florida is.
It's somewhere north of Miami.
Good guess, Kevin.
And probably south of Jacksonville.
Yeah, Florida's, yeah.
Just a guess there.
Covers the whole state of Florida there.
There we go.
1-1 pitch here from Maxwell. Grounded up the middle. Going to be a tough play for Whitaker. She'll field and throw to Boatner. Good scoop at first base for the out. 3 up, 3 down go the Patriots. The Trojans will get things started in the bottom half of the first.
At King University, we prepare you for your career and for your life.
King has impacted my life in more ways than I could have ever imagined. And this really came out when I was able to go on one of the mission trips to Atlanta, Georgia to work with refugee children with King University. It was in that moment that I realized that this was truly the moment that I was meant to come to King, and I just love how beautifully King University weaves faith and learning together.
At Anderson University, we are on a journey, one that seeks to find the purpose for which God created each and every one of us. So we search, we grow, we dive in, and with a close-knit community, small class sizes, accomplished and supported faculty, and a spirit that believes that together we can accomplish big
Rachel Davis in the circle for Francis Marion this afternoon. Coming in today, 15-8 win-loss record, 2.58 ERA, along with 138 strikeouts. Good season in the Conference Carolinas, but tough test today against the Anderson Trojans as Neto pops that up. Since that in deep right field off the bat, I thought it was a pop-up, and went to just shy of the warning track.
I was about to say, if that's a pop-up, we'll take those all day long, Reese.
I got a high standards for the hitting, but yeah, Neto got good contact there, and you saw the wind kind of carry that towards right field.
Yeah, you have Katie Smith out there in right field, and had to battle the wind, test the limits of the park, but made the nice over-the-shoulder catch there.
Morgan Charter now batting for the Trojans. Senior third baseman.
Shiloh, Georgia, Harris City High School.
Just graduated with their criminal justice degree. Will be coming back next year for a master's. The 1-0 pitch.
And by the way, we did look up Bartow, Florida.
And let me guess. South of Jacksonville, north of Miami.
That is correct. Technically, it is just south of Lakeland, Florida, between Tampa and Orlando.
There you go.
All right.
The 1-1 pitch here from Davis. Charter sends that deep into left field. That ball is just foul. Had the home run. Did it stay in the park? I can't see. A blind spot down towards the left field line, but just missed home run there down the left field line.
Very close.
You mentioned that Morgan just graduated. We had quite a few Trojan athletes graduate last Friday and Saturday. Well represented at our commencement ceremonies Friday and Saturday. Were you able to attend either one of those, Todd or
I was not able to attend.
I was not. My brother actually graduated at Citadel this past weekend. So 1-2 pitch from Charter. Sends that into center field.
That's deep.
The wind's going to carry it. A good diving effort out there in right, but it's going to land on the fence. Charter will stop at second with a one-out double.
Excellent effort by Smith. Just
don't get me wrong, that was great contact, but the wind can kind of make it difficult for the outfielder out there.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, it's a beautiful day. It's sunny. It's 77, but the wind is going to be a factor a little bit.
And I'm going to tell you, we're at our second batter, and we've had 3 very hard-hit balls. Mm-hmm. So if that's any indication of what the day looks like, the park's going to see a lot of these travel out of here.
Pitch to Boatner is outside ball 1.
Speaking of ball traveling out of here.
Yeah, 23 home runs for the Trojan first baseman this year, in the top 5 in the NCAA, and was named actually this week to the top 25 watch list for the Player of the Year award.
She was one of the Trojan athletes that walked across the stage last weekend. Very proud of those accomplishments in the classrooms.
So if you're Davis here, do you pitch around her a little bit?
Yeah,
I mean, they're pitching to her, but they're not
first base
really pitching
open
to her with the first base open.
Yeah,
this is going to be one of those unintentional, intentional walks.
Agreed.
You got Maddie Carpenter on deck, who first team all SAC, so no slouch on deck, but there's no breaks in this Trojan lineup as we've seen all year. A lot of great hitters. 3-0 pitch from Davis. Boatner hits Davis. Field about a shortstop. Boatner is safe at first, but the attention now will go to Davis in the circle. Hope she is okay.
Yep.
It
looked like it hit her in the shoulder, which is a blessing, not the head.
It did not hit her in the head.
Which you don't ever want to get hit, but you'd rather get hit in your shoulder than your head with a softball.
Yes.
So
we will take a quick commercial break during the injury.
All journeys begin with a single step. At Francis Marion University, your journey is about more than just grade point averages, championships, or graduation day. It's about the promise that an education from FMU brings. How at the end of the journey, you will be more than when you began. Francis Marion University. Become more.
Abraham Lincoln was fond of saying that the most important thing in our lives should be our own resolution to succeed.
So, fortunately, Rachel Davis appears to be okay, has been checked on by the athletic trainer, and like you said, Todd, I think thankfully it missed her head area, kind of hit her upper shoulder.
Yeah, thankfully. I mean, you don't want to start off an NCAA regional like that.
No. It also makes you understand why a lot of even the infielders, but most pitchers have with the helmets with the face shields on it. She has chosen not to, but that's everybody's preference.
Yes.
I'd be wearing a full armor body pad if I was pitching.
Reese, if you were pitching, you would have shin guards on. I would.
You'd look like a hockey goalie.
Yeah.
Can't say as I blame you. The crazy thing is, have you seen lacrosse?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they just wear a small chest protector like over the heart area.
Yep.
In the like the chest bone and all the sternum. And other than that, they are unpadded.
It's a rough sport. It's a rough sport.
That is so tough.
So Boatner at first, which is a surprise to all of us.
Yeah, she was called safe, but it was a good play by Patterson at shortstop.
No question.
To keep her composure and field the ball to first base, and but Boatner just able to beat it out. First pitch to Carpenter, swung and missed there for strike one. Big spot early in this ball game for the Patriots. Double play ball is in order here on a hard ground ball, and trying to get out its inning scoreless.
Every ball that's been hit has been hard, including that last one.
2 swings and misses from Carpenter. Good pitches by Davis, low and outside of the zone, getting Maddie Carpenter to chase.
And Carpenter's had an excellent year at the plate to this point.
Short of a double play here, nothing will make them happier than a strikeout with a runner at third with one out. So,
yeah, the focus right here is just get the batter. Boatner's not a threat to steal, and just focus in here, get you a ground ball, maybe a double play, get the out.
Davis delivers the 0-2 pitch to Maddie Carpenter. Ground chop throws in front of home plate. It will advance Boatner to first, and everybody's safe.
She would have been out had she thrown it to first.
Yeah, just a little bit of a hesitation there.
Yeah. I think she was obviously trying to look the runner back to third, but I don't think the runner was ever going. But she could have got the out at first, but we'll take it.
Yeah, that was what do they call it? The good old swinging bunt.
Yeah. Hannah Whitaker at the plate now for the Trojans. The 5'9" sophomore from Liberty, South Carolina.
Now, we do know where that is.
Yes, we do.
Right up the road.
That's right, Liberty, just up the road. Maybe 30 minutes. Maybe not even quite 30 minutes.
Well, it depends on if you drive like Kevin or you drive like Todd.
That's right. Liberty High School is in Pickens County, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure it is. And Reese, we've done this so many times. Reese knows their mascot now.
They're Red Devils.
Exactly right.
Ah, okay.
You didn't know that, Todd?
I did not.
Okay.
I know Pickens.
They're
Pickens High School.
What's their mascot?
Blue Flame.
That's correct. There's a trend.
Ah.
So easily, who are they?
I don't know, but I know they're green.
They're the Green Wave. So they have the Red Devils, the Green Wave, and the Blue Flames, all in Pickens County.
There you go.
Davis ahead 0-2 here to Whitaker. Takes outside ball 1. But get 2 foul balls there from Whitaker to get ahead in the count. Bases loaded, nowhere to put Whitaker, so big spot here early in this game.
She might be in a position to lay down a bunt, too. Just thinking out loud there.
1-2 outside. Trojans have been known to bunt this year in order to play small ball and advance runners. Whitaker, I've not seen her lay down a bunt this year. She's just not put the ball in play.
Yep. She's speedy, that's why I say that.
Yeah.
And the bases loaded, if she could get down any kind of bunt, you pretty much guarantee a run.
2-2 pitch to Whitaker. Grounded out to third. They will get the force at first. One run will score, does Morgan Charter, and it's 1-0 Trojans.
It's easy for me to say this here, but the last 2 plays, one play you had stepped out, but she would have had at home had she thrown home. But again, that's neither here nor there. It's 1-0 Trojans.
Got the out, however, but like you said, I think hindsight is 20/20. But yes, I think she would have been out at home as well, especially with the force out, no tag needed.
Yep, that's exactly right.
I think if she had fielded it cleanly, that was
That's
a little
true.
bit of an in-between hop. She was
Mm-hmm.
running to her left. Just take the sure out.
Brings up a power hitter, Hope Gulot. The catcher today, batting 6th in the Trojan order. Had a clutch bases clearing double in the quarterfinal win last week against Limestone in the conference tournament.
Now, Hope is one of 3 players from Phoenix City.
I can tell you the other 2.
Alabama.
That's right. Auburn country.
War Eagle.
That's right.
Roll Tide.
I got a story about that. I was in Greece. I was in Athens, Greece, of all places, and this was back in my high school coaching days.
Well, one pitch to Gulot is low for ball 2.
And one of my players' brothers had attended Auburn. The parents went to visit, brought me back an Auburn volleyball T-shirt. I wore it to Greece on a family trip. I was walking through Athens, and somebody saw me and stopped me and War Eagle. I'm like, all the way over here in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
Ball 3 now to the Galat. First base is open, but obviously no slouch again on deck and Sydney Belcher, so we'll see how Davis handles this. A lot of hard contact the first few batters, but the last few hits for the Trojans have been, infield grounders that they've been able to capitalize on. Galat grounds to third, just foul.
There are no slouches or no easy outs in this Trojan lineup.
Oh, and even in this whole tournament as a whole, we got the eight best teams in the region. I mean, 4 of the 8 this weekend here, but also the first pitch in the other regional in Hickory is slated for 2:30. Wingate and LR will be the first game in that side.
So the Trojans will be in the number 1 seed if they happen to advance. We would host a super regional. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
That's going to be out of play.
The highest seed remaining would host as long as they put in a bid for the NCAA.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. Now, have they always done Division II softball as a sub-regional, or is this?
Last year was different because of COVID. So last year they had one.
They had all 8 at one.
Yes.
Side. Okay.
Last year was actually 6 instead of 8.
Okay,
Full count
6,
pitch to Galat. It's popped up in the infield.
It's out of play.
Just out of play. Last year, North Georgia was the number 1 seed. They hosted 6 teams. We were the number 4 seed out of those 6 teams, and it was double elimination.
All right. So, Reese, we had a foul ball on the roof. You know what that means?
Trivia question.
It's time for trivia. We'll do a Florence, South Carolina trivia question. In what year was Florence, South Carolina?
Full count pitch here to Hope Galat. Ground ball to third. Miller fields and throws to first for the out. Trojans get 1. Patriots did a good job working out of that jam in the bottom half of the first. We'll be back with Todd's trivia question in the top of the second.
It's a good one.
We see that as a challenge to each of us to act boldly and become everything we're capable of being. It doesn't matter if you're just getting started or making a huge change. Find those who can help you get there and become the person you know you can be. And the sooner you take Abe's advice, the closer you'll be to the place you know you belong. Create your future at LMU.
All right, getting set here for the top of the second inning. The Trojans scored 1 run in the bottom half of the first. I mean, we left off that inning on a cliffhanger, Todd. So what did you have for us?
Okay, so the city of Florence, South Carolina, that is the home city of Francis Marion University. In what year was it incorporated? The choices are 1875, 1900, 1885, or 1890.
I'm going to go 1890.
Now, give me those years again.
1875, 1900, 1885, or 1890. When was Florence, South Carolina incorporated as a city?
Lakin finds a strike zone there for strike 1.
What year did you pick, Reese?
I picked 1890.
I'll go with Reese.
You're both correct.
Oh, there we go. I didn't look.
1890.
This isn't an inside job. I didn't know Todd's answer beforehand. Lakin Maxwell finds the corner there to Savannah Rawson.
It's just kind of like we need the Affleck duck walking across the screen.
That's right. Ooh,
when
Affleck
we're doing
trivia.
The trivia.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So yes, anytime we foul a ball back on the roof of the press box or the dugouts, we will have a trivia question at the top of the next inning.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Rawson, outside ball 2. She comes today with a 348 average on the season. Leads the team with 16 home runs. So 47 RBIs to go along with that. So one of the best hitters the best hitter in this lineup for the Patriots. And Maxwell strikes her out for the first out of the second inning. Big out there for the Trojans to start off the second inning. When you score a run, it's important to, respond to the next inning, put up a 0, and keep momentum in your favor.
Absolutely.
Late swing and a miss there for strike 1.
So Grace Troutman, is that how you say her last name, Troutman?
Yes.
Okay. She came a long way. She is from Burlington, Wisconsin.
That's up there.
That is up there.
That's out yonder,
It is.
as we would say here in the South.
That's right.
Or up yonder.
So to all our friends up in Wisconsin, we hope you're having a beautiful day.
And we do have some listeners in Wisconsin right now.
Yeah, so this is from everywhere. NCAA tournament. Everybody comes out for the NCAA tournament. I love sports. Obviously, I'm a sports information director, but my favorite postseason is baseball, softball. Playoff, there's nothing more intense than a playoff game in softball or baseball. Every pitch is very intense. Lakin gets ahead there 2-2. Maxwell's been dominant this season as a whole, but particularly at home. 13-1 win-loss record. Her one loss came out of relief against Georgia College. 2-2 pitch. High for ball 3. A .97 ERA at home this year. 122 strikeouts and 79 innings pitched.
So I did some Googling. She's a transfer from St. Michael College. If it's the same one that I Googled, St. Michael College is in Vermont.
Swing and a miss, and the strikeout for Lakin here. 2 outs here in the inning. Yeah, Vermont's a little bit far away from Florence, South Carolina, which I'm familiar with Francis Marion. I worked at Coker for a year, and
they are pretty close together.
They are pretty close together. So, 2 outs here for the Trojans. First pitch is high for ball 1.
Hemingway is from Conway, South Carolina, Conway High School. That is the home of the Conway High School.
I believe it's the Tigers.
It is the Tigers.
I believe.
I knew that, but I Googled it to confirm, but it is the Tigers. We're going to have a quiz on this later, Reese.
We got a lot of softball, a lot of time to do that. We got 2 games today, 3 tomorrow, and potentially 2 on Saturday. So a lot of time. 1-1 pitch. And there's strike 2. To Hemingway, 273 average this season, 3 home runs, 25 RBIs. Maxwell gets set. The 1-2 pitch. And there's strike 3. Maxwell strikes out the side there in the top half of the second. Getting set now for the bottom half.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
High school athletics is not what it used to be. The sporting goods industry has been disrupted, adding to coach and athletic director daily challenges. BSN Sports stands ready to change the fundamentals of our industry, giving our customers
Seven, 8, and 9 due up here for the Trojans in the bottom half of the second after scoring 1 run in the bottom half of the first. Sydney Belcher will lead things off.
Yeah, you got to, what did we have? We had bases loaded, 1 out. They got 1 run in.
Yes.
Francis Marion,
So
they did a really good job of holding the Trojans to just
very
that 1 run. That could have been a 3-run inning, 4-run inning pretty easy with 1 swing of the bat.
Take strike 1 to Sydney Belcher. Belcher, a senior left fielder for the Trojans, been a steady part of the lineup. Towards the bottom half, takes high, ball 1. You talk about talk a lot about, for the Trojans, Lake and Maxwell and Casey Boatner, their 2 Player of the Year awards in the SAC. But I think what made the Trojan team great this year was the production from the bottom half of their lineup. Particularly who's on deck. Olivia Wheeler was 3rd team all-conference. And if you bat 8th in your team's lineup and make the all-conference team,
right,
pretty good season.
And her bat really warmed up toward the end of the season. She was
batted
below
over
300, then she got it back up over 300. Don't know where she's at right now.
Yeah, she's teetering around there.
Okay.
Conference play, she was above 300.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you mentioned we have 3 players from Phoenix City, Alabama. Two different high schools, though.
Yeah.
Rivals.
Could be rivals. Smith Station's the Panthers from Phoenix
Belcher
City.
just got a piece of that. They all played travel ball together,
Yes.
though, so that's how they kind of connected, and I guess Coach Hewitt found them. So I always joke they must have a good Mexican restaurant in Phoenix City, Alabama, because Coach Tommy Hewitt goes there all the time, gets players from that city. And
he likes his habanero sauce. I know that.
Davis gets set for the 2-2 pitch. Strikes out Sydney Belcher. A great job there by Davis.
Yeah, she kept her off balance, and that pitch just a little bit off speed, a little bit low and away.
And I'm going to give Rachel Davis a lot of credit here because the first 2 batters, we saw Neto and Charter hit one to the fence. And you thought, man, the windy day, this might be a sign of things to come. But after she got hit by that Boatner line drive, she's really rebounded well. A lot of ground balls, just got a strikeout just there, so she's responded very well.
That settled her down.
Yeah.
It did. Nothing's
Book her up a
nothing's
little
left
bit, I guess. Yeah.
Nothing's left the infield.
Yep. Since then.
Yep, that's right.
And then steps, as we were talking about, the 3rd team all-conference center fielder for the SAC, Olivia Wheeler, transferred from Walter State Community College. You know where that's at, Walter State.
Well, I know, isn't there one kind of by Carson Newman?
Yeah, it's
up
in
by
Tennessee.
Morristown area?
We passed it on the way to the conference tournament last week at Lincoln Memorial, so it's in that same general area.
It's in Tennessee, somewhere east of Memphis. Is that right, Todd?
Yeah. That'd be pretty specific.
Wheeler takes strike 1 there. Count goes to 2-1.
You mentioned she was 3rd team all South Atlantic Conference. All South Atlantic softball teams were just littered with Trojan players.
Yeah, it had 6 players named to the team. 2-1 pitch is high.
Which is to be expected when you're the conference champion.
And Coach of the Year was Tommy Hewitt. Player of the Year was Kason Boatner. And Pitcher of the Year was Lake and Maxwell. Which especially that Pitcher of the Year is very prestigious award this year because there's so many great pitchers in our conference. Look at Lauren Rakes, Eleanor Ryan, and Emma Frost from Lincoln Memorial, who we'll see later this afternoon. And speaking of her, Emma Frost was named to the All-Region First Team announced yesterday, along with Lake and Maxwell as one of the pitchers, along with Lauren Rakes, and Kason Boatner was First Team 2. Full count pitch to Wheeler, sent into center field.
It's going to get down for sure.
Go to the fence. Wheeler will round first and go to second. She will stop there with a 1-out double.
I believe she could have made it, but I get the strategy with only 1 out. So.
Yeah. Especially with the top of the order due up after Gracie Williams. So,
man, she was flying around those bags.
Yeah. She's definitely one of the fastest on the team.
All-region teams, Harley Duncan was also 2nd team.
Oh, nice.
The way the conference does 2 pitchers per team, the all-region does 3 pitchers per team. So Harley was the last one cut from the first team. She was on named to the 2nd team. 1 out, Wheeler on second. Gracie Williams steps up to the plate. Takes low. I always say in the dirt, but technically it's the carpet, the turf, so in the turf for ball 1.
I'm sure there's some dust in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff in that turf out there. Always like seeing the local players on the Trojan softball team. She's a fellow Andersonian.
Yep. Belton, South Carolina.
Yep. Anderson County. Palmetto High School, and you know their mascot, don't you, Todd? Reese does if you don't.
I believe it's a Mustang.
It is, correct. Which means it's a wild horse, right?
Oh. I can't believe I know some of these.
Or a Ford car.
Well, that's true, though. Yeah.
Davis gets behind to Williams 2-0. Wheeler on second, 1 out. Ball 3. Williams graduated, one of those many Trojans who graduated last weekend. Elementary education degree, will be a 2nd grade teacher next year. So,
congratulations. You know, believe it or not, that is also my degree.
Really?
I know. It's kind of funny. I have a degree in elementary education.
I could see you teaching kindergarten.
I never taught elementary school a day in my life.
Those who
But
teach
that's what my degree is, with an emphasis in physical education.
There you go.
That's what I wanted to be.
You had aspirations of being a PE teacher.
I did. I mean, I thought, hey, I like this. I like kids. And then one thing led to another. I ended up at a middle school, and then a volleyball coach was resigned, and one thing led to another.
The rest is history.
There you go.
After the conference in the circle, Davis gets set for the 3-0 pitch. Williams shows bunt but pulls back. It's going to be a walk, but the ball gets past, so Wheeler can advance to third.
So my degree is in sports administration, and I've been working in IT for almost 30 years. It's funny how things work out.
That's right. And Reese, your degree?
I'm sorry, but I actually stated my degree.
Oh,
so,
what?
Yeah,
Reese,
I know.
come on. This is supposed to be the
What are you
crew
doing?
that doesn't do their degree. Come on.
Yeah.
And we have Ian here doing a score. He's kind of our behind-the-scenes producer guy.
He's keeping our audio in check. And
engineering.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's working with numbers. He's working with numbers.
There we go.
He's a lot smarter than we are.
Absolutely.
Vernon's on the corner. Is one out here for Jess Netto. Takes high, ball one. Davis, another big spot for her. Runner's on the corners. Last time this happened, the ball did not get out of the infield. So we'll see how the Trojans play this. With Wheeler on third, you have the speed to where a fly ball, she should be able to score. So if you're Netto, that needs to be your approach here. Put the ball in play, bring home that run. But as a leadoff hitter, she kind of has a lot of power in her bat. I'm sure she has other things on her mind, but sometimes it's important just to play small ball, get the run home.
Get the ball on the ground.
2-0 pitch. Takes for strike one.
It's like if you're Coach Hewitt, the one thing you don't want here, obviously besides a strikeout, you just don't want to pop up. Make them make a play. If they make a play, great. Of course, Coach Valley on their side, give me that pop up, give me that strikeout.
With 2 outs, I can think of another thing that Coach Hewitt doesn't want.
Yeah, fouls that one off for count evens up 2-2.
A ground ball to second or short.
That's right.
Or even a hard ground ball to the pitcher. Davis will have enough time to throw to second and throw to first for the double play. So we'll see what happens here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wheeler on third and Gracie Williams on first. Takes low, ball 3. And on deck is the third baseman, Morgan Charter, who had a double in her first at-bat.
Full count. And look who's coming up.
Yeah, you got the power of the Trojan lineup on deck. Full count pitch to Jessica Netto.
Oh, my. That's out of here.
Center field. That ball's back. It's going to be caught on the warning track.
Man, I jumped way too soon.
Wheeler scores 2-0 Anderson. Yes, I have to agree. Off the bat, I thought that was going to be gone as well.
Once I said that, I looked up at the flags and realized they were blowing that hard
in.
in.
Time. Yeah,
if that was hit in the first inning, it would have been gone. But wind kind of changed directions on us here. Yeah. So 2-0 Anderson. Like I said, obviously if you're Anderson, Netto wanted that home run there, but she got the job done. Fly ball. Scores Wheeler 2-0 Trojans.
Sorry to all of our listeners, especially those in Green Bay listening. I apologize.
And steps Morgan Charter, almost got a piece of her, and she actually this year set the hit-by-pitch career mark for Anderson. So nobody's been hit by a pitch more than Morgan Charter.
We'll take one of those right now, wouldn't we?
Yeah. 1-0 pitch here from Davis. I think Charter would rather get on base another way.
Yeah,
but,
that'd be fine.
Right.
But I guarantee she'd take one for the team.
She's very competitive.
Yep.
Yeah, she's 1-1 pitch here. Davis looking for another key out here. Charter fouls that off.
The Charter's from Shiloh, Georgia. Do you know where Shiloh, Georgia is, Todd?
I don't think I do know where Shiloh is. That's a new one.
Somewhere west of Hartwell's about all I can tell you.
Well, Davis in the circle, she's from Mechanicsville, Virginia. Now, I've heard of Mechanicsville.
I've heard of it
many times. It's a very unique
I couldn't tell you where it's
name
at.
For a town, but I have no clue where it's at on the map.
Long at bat here from Charter for a lot of foul balls. Count still stays at 1-2, so Davis still has some pitches to play with here. But don't want to play around too much with Case and Boatner on deck. The 1-2.
Oh.
Charter pops that up to Patterson at short. Fields it for the third and final out. All things considered, Francis Marion did a pretty good job there. Runs on the corners, 1 out with the top of the lineup due up for Anderson. 1 run given up, but obviously 2-0 still Trojans now going to the third inning.
The advantages they need right now. Your dedicated local sales pro is supported with nationwide team service, including sport and category experts. Get the look of D1 colleges and pro teams with our program that streamlines ordering your staff apparel, player gear, and fan wear. Stretch your budget with our fundraising solution. Free and ready in minutes. Our campus branding products are perfect for boosting school and team pride. BSN Sports has the advantages you need right now.
On my team,
Back here for the top of the third. 2-0 Anderson scored on a Jessica Neto sacrifice fly.
Again, Francis Marion, a little bit of a jam. Yes, did give up a run, but it could have been a lot worse, and they're still hanging in.
That is popped up in right field. First out. 1 pitch, 1 out for the Trojans.
We'll take it.
Gracie Williams did a good job staying with it. Wind blowing it away from her.
Yeah, the wind's, you never know, but the wind's going to be blowing this early in this game, but I feel like it's changed directions on us a few times here.
All right, Katie Smith at the plate is from nearby Greenwood, South Carolina.
Yeah,
yes,
home
we
of
do
the
know where that
Greenwood
is.
High School.
Bearcats.
Greenwood High School, home of the Greenwood
Honestly, that's
Eagles.
terrible. I do not know
Eagles.
that. Okay. Greenwood Eagles.
Even Davidson knew that. Didn't you, Davidson? See?
Yeah, Greenwood, the home of also the Lander University Bearcats, who were the 9th team ranked in the Southeast region. Just missed the cut for this tournament. They had themselves a great season. They actually hosted the Peach Belt Conference tournament this past weekend, in which North Georgia won. Lost an 11-inning game to Columbus State.
Wow.
In the semifinal. 1-1 pitch. Swing and miss for strike 2.
So Katie Smith, just a sophomore. And batting .313 on the year.
If you can bat above 300, you're having a good season.
That's right.
Especially at this level of softball.
Grabs a piece of that, fouls it off, stays alive. Count stays at 1-2.
The 1-2 popped up behind home plate.
That netting is getting quite the workout today.
Yeah, as it does.
That is the third caught ball off the netting. Good thing we're not doing trivia off.
I know.
Caught foul balls off the netting, because that happens all the time.
Yeah. 1-2 pitch from Maxwell. High for ball 2.
Umpires who have been here before, as we all know, have to be on the alert for the rebound off the net. Because, yes, they have a face mask, but they do not have a helmet.
Yeah.
And their back is not protected.
The 1-2 pitch from Maxwell. Popped up out of play.
Want to give a quick shout out to my good friend Bobby Bevel, former athletic director here at Anderson University. He's watching today, and he let me know that not to count my chickens before they hatch on that home run call that I inadvertently spoke out a few minutes ago.
2-2 pitch. High ball 3.
Bobby is a Trojan legend. He was the head coach of our baseball team when they won the national championship back in the 90s.
Was that junior college days or
no, but
early 4-year?
Early 4-year. He's a dear friend of mine, and I appreciate you listening, Coach.
Full count pitch from Maxwell to Davis. Ball 4. Good at bat there from Davis. Went out walk and first base runner of the game for the Patriots.
Yeah, she was down 1-2 and Kept fouling off. Got a ball here, fouled off, got a ball there, and next thing you know, let's go to first.
So I see Reese messing with your microphone. These are I don't know what you call them. These arms are rather short.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maxwell's first pitch there misses high.
You almost have to have the microphone in right at your mouth to pick anything up.
That's not COVID friendly.
No, it's not. But COVID's gone, right?
Yeah.
Actually, no, it'll never go away.
Yeah, it's never going away.
It's here forever.
Naja Gerald, the grad student outfielder from Orlando, Florida, batting now for the Patriots. 1 on, 1 out.
Gerald is from Orlando, Florida, and transferred to Francis Marion via Flagler.
Okay.
Flagler College, which is in the Peach Belt, I believe.
It's correct. Still are. Flagler Saints, I believe.
Yep. Played them in men's basketball this year.
We did beat them.
Yep.
They were ranked number 2 at the time.
2-1 pitch from Maxwell. That's going to miss outside, ball 3.
That got a few moans from the crowd, but anytime you have a close call like that, you're going to get the...
Somebody's going to moan.
Yeah, you're going to have the 300 umpires giving their opinion.
And as you can see on your screen, packed bay here at the softball complex. There are not very many empty seats. That pitch finds the zone, just painted the low corner there for strike 2.
You know, Gerald, she kind of jumped out of the and tried to head down to first. Sometimes that goes against you when you're the umpire. You're kind of, you know, I forget the word I'm looking for, but you're up showing umpire. And he got her.
Yeah, and Gerald knew it right away. Walked towards her dugout, and that'll be the second out. Back to the top of the order is going to be the shortstop, Ashton Patterson.
Transfer from Carson Newman, so she's probably been here to the Hewitt softball complex before.
Yeah, they got a nice field. They got Carson Newman. They got a new turf field this year. And,
Did they really? Well, congratulations.
Oh, she went around.
But they don't say. But it hit her. But if you swing, I think it overrides the hit by pitch. But
yes, I guess the first base umpire called no swing.
Wait. She swung the bat completely around.
So Coach Hewitt's going to say she swung. Probably 80% of the people in the stands will say she swung. But
we're not debating.
First base umpire says no swing.
We're not debating the fact that it hit her foot, but she definitely swung the bat.
Yeah, it definitely hit her.
Okay.
But they're going to award Patterson first base there. 2 outs, 2 on for the Patriots.
A little bit of trouble here for Lakin. Let's see how she responds. I have no doubt she'll respond with the way she always does.
Yep, brings
most
up
always.
And speaking of breaking news here, I was brought to my attention. The NCAA announced the region player and player of the year awards. Casey Boatner, player of the year in the region. Lakin Maxwell, pitcher of the year in the region.
Wow!
Congratulations.
Yes, nice awards there for the Trojans.
0-1 pitch. It's high, ball 1. Here to Matzel.
Matzel from Indian Trail, North Carolina.
That's actually
Charlotte.
My family lives in Indian Trail, North Carolina.
So you do know where that is.
My grandpa, listening right now, is from Indian Trail, North Carolina.
Nice.
So, yep. Monroe, North Carolina
absolutely.
area.
Absolutely.
That ball is popped up to left field, foul territory, out of play.
We have a friendly wasp deciding whether or not.
Yeah, it's officially bee and wasp season.
He or she wants to come into the press box.
Yeah, stay in your lane. Stay outside.
Oh, the stories I could tell you about Wasp and Smothers Field back in the day.
1-2 pitch from Maxwell. High and away for ball 2.
We used to set up a table on the top row of the bleachers behind home plate in Smothers Field way back before y'all were here, but. Yeah, we had some.
Did you have an umbrella or anything over you?
Yes, I had a beach umbrella.
A ball sent into center field. Wheeler going back and catches it just shy of the warning track for the third and final out. Good job by Maxwell working out of that jam, leaving 2 Patriot runners on as we head to the bottom half of the third inning.
Conference Carolinas is where tradition is unmatched and excellence is earned daily.
Patriots left 2 runners on in the top of the 3rd inning. Hard hit ball to center field by Matt Silva, caught by Olivia Wheeler for the 3rd and final out.
Now, I want to hear, Reese, how you introduce our leadoff batter this inning.
The NCAA Region Player of the Year, Kason Boatner, Southeast Region Player of the Year. Yeah, no surprise there, really. She's got a good chance as well for the NFC National Player of the Year award, which will be announced June 2nd, I believe.
Wasn't she in the top 25 for that?
Yeah, so
finalist.
Yeah, so last week she was named to the top 25 finalist list. So one of 2 players in the SAC named to that list, and the other one being Emily Harris of Carson Newman, who's batting near 400 on the season. So.
Oh my goodness. Now that's a batting average.
Yeah, I said a moment ago, if you're batting 300, you're having a good season. If you're batting 400, you're having a historic season. Boatner takes high and away. And if Boatner is hitting 400, batting 444 on the season.
Last Major League player to bat 400 was?
Ted Williams,
and he played for the who, Reese?
The Red Sox, right?
That's correct.
Correct.
Before my time.
You hesitated that.
I almost said Orioles for some reason.
Did you really not? Did you really have to think about that?
I did for a little bit, yeah.
Okay. That sounds real.
He won last night. The Braves or the Red Sox.
I was there. We'll just leave it at that.
3-1 pitch here to Boatner.
Whoa.
And that was a little bit outside for ball 4.
I like how Rachel Davis kind of laughed that one off. Got like, whoops, got out of my hand.
You know, if I'm Francis Marion, well, never mind. You have to you have to pitch now. You can't do. I'm thinking MLB. You just hold out 4 and you send them.
Tusculum, we were here. I don't think you guys weren't here. I don't know if you were here for this, but Tusculum tried to do that. They hold up 4.
Yes.
And they didn't allow it, so they pitched to her. Next pitch, 3-run home run.
Yeah.
They didn't throw it wide enough. And then who was it? That was
Newberry. Carpenter lays down a bunt, fielded by Davis. Throws to first for the first out of the inning, advances Kason Boatner. Good job there by Maddie Carpenter laying down that bunt, advancing the runner. And even though she's a cleanup hitter and, first team all SAC, nobody's too good to play small ball, advance some runners.
Now, the rules of softball are, for me, are a little confusing, but he could pitch run for her, right?
Yes.
And
Boatner can once. So they could bring in Maggie Massey to pinch run for Boatner if they wanted to. But Massey would be burned for the whole game.
Yeah. And
Boatner could come back, but she couldn't. If she exited again, she would have to stay out.
Yeah.
Typically, they only pinch run for the catcher, Hope Gulot, maybe sometimes outfielder Sydney Belcher, but that's primarily the only 2.
And we're also just in the 3rd inning. If this was the 6th, then it might be different.
Sure.
Well, no pitch to Whitaker is fouled off. So by advancing Boatner to second, you give up the out, but you give Whitaker and Hope Gulot 2 chances to get a base hit and bring Boatner home.
How's Whitaker on the season, Reese?
Batting about 300. I think she has, off the top of my head, about 7 home runs.
Yep.
That ball is set deep into center field. It's going to be caught. Boatner will stay put at second.
The one thing we know about Whitaker is Reese can tell you where she went to high school.
Liberty High School.
Home of the
Red Devils.
See, he's going to remember that one for sure.
Hannah is being a sophomore shortstop for the Trojans. This season, she 338, 6 home runs. Actually, 7 home runs. I was on home only. Okay. 7 home runs, 29 RBIs. Gulot takes strike 1 there. So as I said before, by advancing Boatner second, you give up the out, and you give 2 chances to Whitaker and Gulot. 2 outs now. See if Gulot can bring home the runner at second. And all 3 innings so far, Davis has had a runner in scoring position. Has limited damage to 1 run, but with an out here on this at-bat, just strike away from doing so, will throw up a scoreless inning.
Glenwood High School from Phoenix City, Alabama, home of the Gators. The Glenwood High School Gators.
Gulot takes high.
Gulot and Boatner went to high school together.
Yep. Sydney Belcher is also from there.
different high school, but both Phoenix City.
Yeah. 1-2 pitch.
Ooh, how do you take that? That was low, but it wasn't that low.
We were talking about War.
That was good.
Yeah, we were talking about Alabama a lot, War Eagle and War Tide. I know the Belcher family is War Eagles. So.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Even count now to Gillott. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So you got Boatner on second. 2-0 Anderson. That pitch just missed.
Wow. I honestly thought she was out.
Yeah.
That was
As I was with the long pause, I was like,
I thought they were going to ring her up.
Full count now. First base is open here. We'll see how they handle it.
That's out of here.
And Hope Gulott goes deep for the Trojans.
I didn't miss that one, Coach Bevel.
4-0 Trojans.
Man, I tell you, that was a shot, too. And, if you look how the wind's blowing, it really was hit hard.
That's right.
It cleared the fence, but it didn't clear it.
The wind's blowing in from left.
Yeah, it didn't clear it by a lot, but, yeah.
And, Gulott, power hitter towards the middle part of the lineup, been the steady part of this Trojan team this year. Big shoes to fill. Filled the shoes of graduating senior Maddie Hamilton, who's still in the dugout, actually, as a graduate assistant. And Gulott's had herself a great season.
So now if you're Davis, you had an 0-2 count. Came back to 2-2, then 3-2, and then home run.
Well, as I said right before that pitch, I said, first base is open. If you don't give her a pitch hit because she's a power hitter, and especially on a windy day like.
Coach Hay had her back in the dugout striking out.
I did. I thought she was out like twice. Of course, we don't have the best angle, and we have this lovely pole in our line of sight.
On a serious note, though, it is crazy how one little call that might not go your way can change the whole complexion of a game.
That's right.
Against Marion could have been dugout there down 2-0. Now it's 4-0, and still need to get Despano out here.
Reese, you can attest. I've asked Mark Vaughn on multiple occasions to have this pole removed, and he has yet to comply.
Belcher sends that into center field. It's going to get down for a hit. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Belcher will round first. She will stop at second. A 2-out double for Sydney Belcher. As we proves our point, 1 through 9, this Trojan team is dangerous, and there's no breaks in the lineup, and even the 7, 8, and 9 hitters can, get on base for the top of the order.
So this is all coming with 2 outs.
All coming with 2 outs, yes.
I mean, we had the runner on second with the sacrifice bunt with 1 out, runner on second, but then fly ball to center and.
Yeah, to me, what separates teams in the playoffs for baseball and softball is obviously pitching. If you have pitching, you can win, but situational hitting.
Sure.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not arguing with you about the pitching thing, but I'm going to tell you something though. And this is no knock against Francis Marion, but this is their ace pitcher. She hadn't seen a lineup like this all year long. She hasn't.
Yeah.
So what you're used to playing. It's different when you come here and you're playing against a team that's. You're not used to this kind of lineup.
To play devil's advocate, yes, I agree with you. But Cox Carolinas has gotten better this year. Two teams in they were the at-large team. But at the beginning of the year, we probably wouldn't have thought Cox Carolinas would have gotten an at-large team. But credit the Francis Marion, they've had a great season. But yes, they have not played a
team that has
in their conference a nationally ranked team such as the Trojans. A team that has region player and pitcher of the year.
Yeah. And you're not, and like I said, there's no slouches in the lineup. There are no easy outs.
Yes. Massey on second, 2 outs for Olivia Wheeler. Inside there for ball 1.
She, her reaction to that pitch, that was some chin music there.
Chin music.
And it's just, was that a coincidence that was the first pitch after a home run?
Yeah.
Or after a big hit?
Yeah. 1-0 pitch to Wheeler. So she's in the same situation a few bats ago that Gulott was in. Runner on second, 2 outs, although the score is now 4-0. Can't be complacent in the playoffs, and need to continue to, if you're the Trojans, get some insurance runs. And, Francis Marion, they haven't gotten any hits so far, but second and third time through the lineup, things will change for them. That ball gets away and will allow Massey to advance to third.
So she's pinch running. So
not sure if we mentioned that. Maggie Massey pinch running.
She's pinch running. Because that was Belcher that hit the double.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Massey, their primary pinch runner this year for the Trojans, along with freshman third baseman Maggie Knock, who I wouldn't be surprised if we saw at some point today or even as we go on the rest of the weekend pinch run at some point.
And you can only pinch run once, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Massey, unless she stayed in the game for Belcher, which I don't expect her to, she will be burned for the rest of the game. Which Massey can't play outfield. She's a center fielder. 3-1 pitch. Wheeler swings, misses for strike 2.
We've got a celebrity in the booth with us here. During one of our breaks, I'll see if Neil wants to talk with us for a few minutes about the city, county of Anderson, and some things he's got going on.
Davis steps off here. Full count. Full count pitch with Massey on third. Wheeler fouls that one off.
Reese, Neil came in and he was chopping. He's a Braves fan. He knows I'm not, and he knows I was at the game last night. So
he picked the wrong day. The Red Sox won.
Should have went Tuesday.
Yeah. Another RBI chance here for the Trojans. See if Davis can get the final out for Francis Marion. Full count pitch. High for ball 4. Get that back from Olivia Wheeler. Brings up Gracie Williams, the right fielder for the Trojans.
The Palmetto Mustang from Belton, South Carolina, at the plate for the Trojans.
Takes outside, ball 1.
You know, she's thrown several pitches above the catchers, had several wild pitches. One of those would be nice right now with a speedy runner at third base.
Williams walked in her first at bat. Fouls that one off.
So you see that Davis has the wristband. They're calling them, you know, the pitches. And how much longer till we see the
pitch comm?
The pitch comm and the earpieces and all that in D2 softball.
I wouldn't be surprised. I know D1 schools have started to use it.
Yep.
Depends on how much it costs, I guess. It's going to be added to somebody's budget.
You know, and it's not. It's allowed, and I know that the team up the road, Clemson, uses it, but I'm not sure that that all of them use it. Some
MLB teams don't even use it.
Yep.
2-1 pitch here to Williams to set into left center field. That will get down and go to the wall. Massey scores. Wheeler around third. She will score in plenty of time. It's a 2-run double for Gracie Williams. 6-0 Trojans. And Kevin Todd, 6 runs on the board for the Trojans. And 5 out of 6 of them have come from the bottom half of the lineup.
That's right.
And with 2 outs.
And with 2
outs. 2-run homer for Grillat,
Yeah.
2 runs double for Williams.
That was just a great piece of hitting. Pitch was a little bit down, and she just went with it and didn't try to do too much. And
we have a pitch and change.
Pitch and change, and we'll be right back with the new.
Let's stay here for a minute. Let me talk to Neil Paul while we got a break here.
I'll let Neil introduce himself for the broadcast.
Well, let me introduce him.
Okay, let Kevin.
This is Neil Paul, my dear friend, long-time friend. Neil is the director of the Convention and Visitors Bureau for Anderson. Neil is responsible for bringing a lot of events to Anderson. If he say anything incorrectly, please correct me.
No, it sounds good so far.
And Neil helped Todd and the volleyball program out when they were hosting the regional, getting rooms and securing rooms for all those teams. And I may assume he did this as well for these teams. So Neil, in 2 minutes or less, and that's hard for you because I know you like to talk. Tell us a bit about what's going on with the CVB right now in Anderson, and anything else you'd like to add. He is a Francis Marion graduate, too.
Okay.
I'll add that in.
Yeah, well, and just for the broadcast's sake, you know, I actually coached at Francis Marion on the basketball staff, and so I'm used to looking at the scoreboard and seeing the Patriots getting beat because my basketball career was cut short. We got fired. We didn't win enough games. But it is really cool to see NCAA tournament softball here in Anderson. We've got so much exciting stuff going on. As Kevin mentioned, our staff at Visit Anderson has worked tremendously hard. Working with Bert and with Matt and the guys here in the university to make sure that, you know, housing and the different things that are required to put these NCAA bids together. We work really hard to make sure that stuff happens, work really close with the university. But just NCAA softball is just one thing that we've got going on in our community this weekend.
It comes to graduation.
We've got Clemson graduation, which has eat up our hotel rooms, and so many other exciting things too. So it looks like we're back to softball here.
Yeah, all these. You can stay on for the rest of this inning. A lot of these teams haven't stayed in Greenville, as you mentioned. You know, Clemson graduation taking up all the hotels this weekend, and Greenville's not too far down the road. So we're fortunate to have Greenville down the road from us.
It is. It's a tremendous partnership. We all work together because, truth is, when people come and visit your community, they don't see lines. They don't see city lines, county lines. They just want a great experience, and that's one way that we've really kind of put ourselves on the map, is providing a championship-type experience when people come to town.
Fouls that one off. Count goes to 0-2 here to Jessica Neto. Gracie Williams on second base after that 2-run double.
And you mentioned, just talking about hotel rooms, Anderson, it's kind of a blessing and a curse that we've got the highest concentration of hotel rooms outside of Clemson. So whether it's football or it's a major sporting event, I mean, some of the Anderson hotels are charging football rates this weekend for graduation, and they're full. So, that's coming out of the COVID pandemic, hotels and your Airbnbs and folks are really trying to make up for some lost revenue, and they're certainly doing it. But just again, congratulations to Anderson University and all the tremendous things that they have going on over here. The softball program, Coach Hewitt's done a tremendous job year in and year out. I mean, not many finer Division II facilities in the country like this.
The Hewitt Softball Complex, we call it.
It's unreal, man. And just another example of why this university has the success that it does and just continues to do things in a first-class manner.
Yeah, not very many schools get to host 2 NCAA tournaments, 1 year, volleyball and softball now. So it's been a great year here in Anderson.
Well, and we even worked on a couple of other bids, too, that didn't happen. So, it could have been an opportunity to host even more.
Yeah, just a couple years ago, we hosted the basketball. So once this batter's complete, how does a tournament like this, Anderson, how does that affect the economic impact of the county? I'll let you speak to that.
Oh, it's tremendous, and it's ball 4, so we get a free 90 there, a runner down at first.
60 in softball.
Or free 60.
Yeah, 60,
I just got my baseball brain on. I was so excited to come in here and talk to Kevin about the baseball game last night. I still had 90-foot bases on the brain. But no, an event like this is just absolutely tremendous. The one thing that obviously will kind of hurt us in a economic impact situation here is the fact that most of the hotel rooms are being taken up in Greenville, so Greenville County will actually get the benefit of the tournament here in Anderson. But it's when you have the visiting teams come in, you've got the hotel lodging, you've got the meals. You've got the gas at whatever a gallon it is now going in those giant buses.
Too much is what it is.
And it's an opportunity again for us to show off the Anderson community, our hotels, our lodging, our restaurants, and our amenities, and just everybody wins in a situation like this. They really do.
So we got the big bats up now.
I know. About to say, 2 on, 2 out, 2 balls and no strikes to Morgan Charter, and you got to pitch to her with Boatner on deck. Fouls that off and goes towards the Anderson dugout. Hopefully, behind the padding there was, I think that was Trinity Queen down there, freshman pitcher for the Trojans.
And really, you're looking at a 6-0 ball game, but really a chance to really bust this thing.
Especially
open
with the 8-run rule after 5. So if you're Anderson, you still need you want to keep your foot on the gas pedal. 2-1 pitch. Charter swings and misses, strike 2.
What's that saying? All gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, well, and two, in a situation like this, you don't want to give anybody a foot in the door to maybe try and, turn the momentum a little bit. So definitely want to keep your foot on the gas in this situation.
To quote my dear friend Bobby Lamb, let the clutch out.
Yeah. 2-2 pitch from Hemingway.
Hit her.
Hits Charter.
Yeah, hit her right on that forearm, that forward arm of hers. Give her another base.
That's a hit-by-pitch career record holder for the Trojans this year. Morgan Charter set the new career record for most hit-by-pitches, and she really kind of crowds the plate when she hits, so she earns all those hit-by-pitches.
Ironic that I said the last time she was at the plate she would take one for the team.
I always joke, I give case of owning Barry Bonds treatment. You
Yeah.
know, let's see if she really is Barry Bonds, because they will walk her the bases loaded if she is.
Well, you might see an intentional walk here. Because if not, this could be 10-0. 10-0 quick.
Yeah. So tough test here for Janicia Hemingway. He was playing third base, has moved to he's now the pitcher for the Patriots.
You know, just a quick note on the Patriots. You know, Stacey Valley, the head coach there, the Patriots rather, she's been at Francis Marion going back to when I was coaching there, 15 years ago. So obviously done an extremely
Boner
good
sends that up the
job.
middle. It will score Gracie Williams. Neto comes around. She will score 8-0 Trojans on the 2-run single from Kason Boatner. And we talk about her a lot with the power and home runs, but she bats over 400, so she's a well-rounded hitter, can get base hits, when she needs to. So.
And that magic number 8, we've hit it.
Yes, that's true. So big spot for the Trojans here, and
I don't think they're happy with 8 though.
Yeah, they want to keep it rolling, and they've been swinging hot bat, particularly at home this year, and obviously technically, and it'll go down in record books as a neutral site game, but this is obviously a home game for Anderson.
Yeah.
Brings up Maddie Carpenter, who in her last at bat kind of got things going for the Trojans. After that base hit from Boatner, she after Boatner walked, sacrificed bunt Boatner to second base, put her in scoring position, which ended up scoring on a Hope Gulott home run.
So earlier, Neil, before you got in the booth, we were saying that Anderson left Conference Carolinas to go to the SAC. Francis Marion left the Peach Belt to join Conference Carolina, so an interesting tie there between the two teams. I know they were in the Peach Belt when you coached basketball there.
What years did you say you were at Francis Marion?
Well, I was a student in the 90s and then coached from the early 2000s up through 05-06 was the last season we were there. And was just talking about Coach Valley earlier. She is I think somewhere 15, 16 years there at the university, and obviously she's done a really, really good job.
Yeah, anytime you can make the regional tournament, it's a great season. That's been played there by Hemingway. All runners are safe. Bases will still be loaded for the Trojans here with Hannah Whitaker coming to the plate.
It's kind of like when she was at third earlier, Todd. We were talking about it, how she reached down and got the ball and hesitated, and then she ended up throwing the first, but she could have got the runner out at home. That was 8 runs ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if insurance is the right word or not, but when you have an 8-run lead, that's what you're aiming for, is to get up by 8 after 5. Well, with an 8-run lead, you'd like to get a little insurance, if you will, get another run or two, so you got a little bit of flexibility there in case you give up 1 or 2.
The 1-0 pitch here to Hemingway. Whitaker grounds out to short, flips it over the first for the final out. 6 runs come across home plate for the Trojans. All with 2 outs.
All with 2 outs.
Hope Gulott, 2-run homer. Gracie Williams, 2-run double. What am I missing here? Boatner had an RBI double.
Yeah.
2-run single for Boatner. So,
yeah.
Neil, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thanks for the opportunity.
Anything you want to say to wrap it up? I know you got to give a shout out to the real MVP down there, Morgan Ford.
Morgan and Whitney in our office. Morgan Ford from right here in Anderson and Whitney Ellis. They do a tremendous job, and those two are really the glue that put our office together, and all the credit goes to them and the work that they put in. And obviously thank you for this opportunity. Always good to come over and see the Trojans on the plus side of the scoreboard. Obviously you want to win this one here today, and then got 2 more noon games and a chance to advance. So good luck, guys, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you. A lot more softball left to be played.
Yep. Thanks, Neil.
In the classroom, during practice, and in high-level competition. Our virtues set us apart. We work daily to build champions in body, mind, and soul. It's who we are. This is Conference Carolinas.
First pitch of the inning is fouled off there. Fourth inning, if you stepped away for a little bit, 6 runs came across home plate for the Trojans at the third inning. 2-run homer for Hope Goulat, 2-run double for Sydney Belcher, and a 2-run single for Kaysen Boatner. 2-run single for the Region Player of the Year, and now in the fourth inning, the Region Pitcher of the Year gets things started for the Trojans. Thank you to everybody joining us on YouTube today. Different streaming output today, but we made it work, and some technical difficulties with our other platform, and YouTube's all reliable, good backup option for our streaming. So
I want to give another shout out to my buddy Matt Thrasher, who's listening. Matt is a friend of the program and been around here a long time, and he agreed with me that Hewitt Field sounds wonderful. I tell you what sounds more wonderful than that.
Skins Hot Dogs.
Nope, Thrasher Field at the Hewitt Softball Complex.
Yeah,
let's see how quick I get a response back on that one. Thrasher Field at the Hewitt Softball Complex.
Long time since the coach here, was
yes,
it not?
Absolutely.
Maxwell finds the strikes on their count, goes to 3-2.
I tell you, there's when you say the name Thrasher, that's a big name in the Anderson community from the Skins Hot Dogs, and they've had a long-time partnership with Anderson, and nobody's more important to Anderson than folks like the Thrashers, long-time friends and just great people.
Not many people have been more important on this Trojan team this year than Lake and Maxwell gets another strikeout,
yep.
And especially in softball. Baseball is the same way, but so many more pitchers get used. But if you have a dominant ace in softball, when you only pitch 2 or 3 pitchers the whole season, it can really make the whole difference for your team.
Yeah, some teams even just pitch the same girl twice.
Yeah.
In a doubleheader. I mean, it's the motion, they just don't tire as quickly as an overarm baseball pitching motion.
If you're fortunate enough to hang on here and win this in 5, that's even better for Lakin moving forward.
Less mileage on her arm.
Yeah.
Rawson sends that deep into left, but right to Sydney Belcher for the out. Hard hit ball by Savannah Rawson, but sometimes you hit it hard, but you hit it right to somebody. Gets called for the out.
I'm not mistaken. Is that's only the second ball out of the infield?
I think so. I think you're correct on that.
We had
actually.
one caught by Gracie Williams
in right field. And steps
that
Grace Troutman, sophomore infielder from Burlington, Wisconsin. So we brought some Wisconsin people listening to the broadcast.
Oh, they're listening right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking on the app. We have some in Milwaukee, some in Green Bay. What was the town you mentioned earlier? Let's see if there's any on there from Milwaukee, from Wisconsin.
I don't remember.
Okay, you mentioned some town in Milwaukee.
We can say Madison. How about that?
Yeah, let me look and see here.
Takes.
Yep. Oh, 2 people in Madison.
Did you know that Madison, Wisconsin, I believe there was something I saw that I had no clue, and I looked it up on the map. Did you know that Madison, Wisconsin is the only state capital, maybe even the only city in America that's built on an isthmus, which is a strip of land between 2 bodies of water?
I was about to ask you what an isthmus was.
I've
heard of it. But
yeah.
Everybody knows what an isthmus is.
It's hard to say.
Reese, come on.
So, yeah, go look at it on the map, and there's like 2 lakes on either side, and Madison's like right between them on this strip of land.
2-1 count here to Troutman. 2 outs. Pops that one up out of play.
Looking at the scoreboard, there's one noticeable thing I see out there. We will not talk about it, though.
That's true, yeah.
We will not talk about it.
I just not noticed that, so, which means it's about to be a base hit happening here.
Wait a minute, what? I hope you didn't just jinx us.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Because I purposely didn't say what I was.
I know, that's my bad.
Yeah. If you've done that at one of the games we did earlier this year.
I've done that, yes.
Yeah.
The Maxwell family probably does not like me for that. So, full count, 2 outs here. Lake and Maxwell to Grace Troutman. 8-0 Trojans here in the top half of the 4th. Just got a piece of that one. The clouds have it was a sunny day. The clouds are starting to come up here. A little bit of partly cloudy.
They are thickening.
Yeah, which is good.
Beautiful day here at the Hewitt Softball Complex.
As always. Been a lot of great days here. Only had really one game this year really kind of impacted by rain. Maxwell gets a strikeout. 4 scoreless innings for her, and now to the bottom half, still 8-0.
All journeys begin with a single step. At Francis Marion University, your journey is about more than just grade point averages, championships, or graduation day. It's about the promise that an education from FMU brings. How at the end of the journey, you will be more than when you began. Francis Marion University. Become more.
Back here for the bottom half of the fourth, 8-0 Trojans. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Hope Gulott, Sydney Belcher, and Olivia Wheeler. Gulott, with her swing at bat, her last at bat, really changed the complexion of this game.
Absolutely, and that's what started the big rally. I mean, well, not really a rally, but that was the open the floodgates, if you will, with that 2-run homer. Down to her last strike. I had her in the dugout.
Yeah, you did.
You know, I thought she struck
happened,
out
it
looking.
It still would have been 2-0. It could have been 2-0.
I know, and then
a huge, not missed call, but you know what I'm saying.
It was a really close. I mean, it was one of those strike calls that I was like, what?
Yeah. Shout out to NCAA Southeast umpire coordinator Shelly Mangrum listening today. So Shelly's in charge of all the umpire assignments and does a great job of it. And
it's a thankless job.
Yes, very thankless. So
I
always try to give Shelly a thank you whenever I can.
Yeah, we really appreciate what she does. She works hard at this, and you can tell it means a lot to her, and she does a great job.
Yeah. Gulott fouls that off, count evens up. She was there for that long game I mentioned a few innings ago, Lander and Columbus State, 11-inning marathon, which for softball is a long game.
That is especially when you put the runner on second to start the 8th inning.
1-1 pitch. Gulott sends that into center field. It's going to die at the warning track for the first out.
I raised my arm, but I didn't say anything.
That's good. Bobby Bevel is going to keep you in check.
That's right.
Pretty easy catch there for Gerald. That was fairly routine.
But it was deep.
It was deep. It was out there.
Gulott's a power hitter, so if she can get the ball in the outfield on a windy day, particularly as today, it's got a chance to, have the home run distance. So. Belcher takes ball 1 from Hemingway.
Now we know we have some Braves fans, we have some Red Sox fans here in the box today, or the booth. So trivia, but not so much trivia. Is, the most famous MLB player from Anderson.
Oh, Kevin knows
the
that.
reason I'm a Red Sox fan, Jim Rice.
Jim Rice, that's right.
Westside High School, is that correct?
He went to Westside High. Excuse me, he went to Teohana High School for
both.
For 2 years, and they rezoned around his house his senior year, and he went to Hannah. Excuse me, he went to Westside for 2 years, rezoned around his house, and he went to Hannah for his senior year and graduated from Teohana.
I heard he wasn't too happy about that switch either.
I won't comment on that since we're live on the air.
Belcher takes outside. Count goes to 3-0 on Cindy Belcher.
And the only reason I know that he might have been a little disappointed having to switch high schools his senior year is because of Winfred Green, our longtime AU Director of Sports and Recreation and Intramurals.
Yes, Winfred Green. And
he's sitting out there by the Anderson
AU Trojan historian.
Here. Yeah, and he knows, and he said, oh, I know.
Yeah.
He goes, he was a little disappointed he had to switch high schools.
I talked to Jim Rice on the phone about 2 weeks ago.
Did you really?
I did for about 10 minutes. It was a wonderful.
Well, next time you bring up that subject, see if he's
I think I'll let it slide.
Call him right now. We're asking him live on the air. 3-1 count here to Belcher with 1 out. Hemingway gets set for the pitch. Ball forward, 1 out walk for Sydney Belcher. She's had herself a great afternoon. Had that double, as we mentioned, but the first at bat had good contact and takes another walk there. Brings up Olivia Wheeler.
Anderson, the women's golf team is +1 on the day, and they moved up to 3rd place. And that's through 3 to 6 holes, so that's quite a
good start.
Yeah, very good start for the Trojans.
Is it after today? If they're top 4, they go to match play. So that would take place Friday and Saturday.
That's top 8.
Top
right?
8. It's top 8.
Yeah, and there are 17 shots above the cut line. So
They're
short
looking
of
good
a
to advance.
short of a collapse, knock on wood. Kyle Boxford says short of a collapse, they are in. They are going to advance.
So that's great news for Coach Danny Neal and
Denton Moore
of the golf team, and had themselves a great year as well. The 0-1 pitch.
A lot of exciting things here happening in Trojan athletics.
Yeah, been a great year for Anderson all across the board.
Been a great year, and can't say enough when your golf team is playing for the national championship.
Yeah,
that is the top of the top, best of the best.
Every team this year, I think, had a pretty good year. I mean, not everybody obviously is hosting regionals, and not everybody can host regionals. But I mean, golf, as we mentioned, lacrosse had a winning season. Men's soccer,
tennis went to the
regional across the board. Basketball just missed a cut, but across the board, I think everybody trending upwards.
Yeah, so. Men's lacrosse, you said second
year winning season. And just announced today, we mentioned breaking news for Region Player of the Year. Cam Weeks was named All-American. Again, so no surprise there.
And baseball, for the first time in 20-plus years,
had a winning season.
A winning season. So
500. Is that a winning season?
It is a winning season.
It's not losing. It's not a losing.
It's not a losing season.
It's a winning season. Don't argue with me.
Okay. We'll take it, right?
There you go.
PJ Jotzi is going to be texting you.
He's done a great job with our baseball program, and we're
I
excited.
don't know. They talked about the other day in staff meeting, and he's like, "Yeah, well." Because I know PJ,
he has higher expectations.
He wants to be 56-0. He didn't want to be 28-28 or 23-23.
I talk about all the accomplishments for Anderson. Francis Marion has had a great athletic season as well. They had a lot of big soccer wins. Obviously, we talked about they were here this year for volleyball regionals as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
they did. They won their conference tournament. I believe they finished first or second overall.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they do divisions in Conference Carolinas.
That's true, yeah.
So they won their division, in North Greenville, I believe, won the other side.
Wheeler grounds out to second, flips to second for 1. That's all they'll get. With the speed of Olivia Wheeler,
zero chance of turning the double play there.
The ball's going to be had to hit really hard to the pitcher, and that's your only hope.
Yeah. And I'm not sure then they would still turn it up. But the best shot you got to get in her no double play is hitting it to the first baseman.
Yeah, Massey's the pinch runner on the team, but I'd like to see a race between Massey and Olivia Wheeler, see who wins that race. Brings up Gracie Williams here, 2 outs with Wheeler on first.
Just put it this way. You'll never see anyone pinch run for Wheeler.
Yes. 2 outs here to Williams. Takes outside.
You know, Hemingway's done a pretty good job coming in from third into the circle to pitch. And
too tough.
Trojans have a couple of hits, but, I mean, overall,
it's too tough positions to play.
She slowed it down. She slowed down the surge.
Obviously, being a pitcher is tough, but playing down hot corner, third base line. Speaking of the third base line, Williams grounds out there for the third and final out. Last chance for the Patriots. Need at least 1 run to prolong this game, down 8-0.
All journeys begin with a single step. At Francis Marion University, your journey is about more than just grade point averages, championships, or graduation day. It's about the promise that an education from FMU brings. How at the end of the journey, you will be more than when you began. Francis Marion University. Become more.
Sweet Caroline playing on the Trojan loudspeakers.
Makes me think I'm at Fenway Park.
Makes me think I'm at Bank of America Stadium. Panthers play that after they win the game.
Yeah,
so
but you know who
that's
started it.
It's a rare occurrence.
But you know who started
I know,
it.
yes,
I mean,
yes.
yeah.
I won't tell y'all what that reminds me. But yes, I will. I won't leave it on the cliffhanger. Remember, Reese, we talked about for 2.5 seasons I was an off-ice hockey official in minor league hockey.
I forgot about that.
Remember we talked about that?
I forgot about that.
So the Lubbock Cotton Kings.
Ground ball up the middle. Neto Fields throws to Boatner for the out. Good job. Looks like that ball got a piece of Maxwell's glove or something, and but good play by Neto to still get the out.
Yeah, that was a great play. Maxwell did slow it down, and Neto had to. Well, obviously you're gonna have to hurry that throw when the ball's rolling that slowly, but if you don't field it cleanly, then forget the throw. So she had to really focus on just picking it up cleanly and then make that good throw, which she was able to do.
Lauren Smallbird comes to the plate from Norcross, Georgia.
But yes, the Lubbock Cotton Kings played Sweet Caroline at least once a game.
Ground ball to Whitaker. Throws and fields for the second out. Good play by the Trojan shortstop.
Reese, we're 1 out away.
Yeah, 1 out away from a win.
And also what?
Well,
You're not going to say it, are you?
No,
You're not going to say it.
No.
It's a good test.
No.
Don't even think it, Davidson. He's thinking it.
And look at the defense we've had to make those two plays.
Yes.
There were not. That one was in between third and short, and then the other one was off the pitcher and slow roller to second. That could have gone down.
I'm going to tell you this is the kind of hitter too that can stop what we're talking about, because she's a scrappy player.
Yeah.
A sophomore from Greenwood.
Ball sent into right field. Foul. Up next, stay tuned. 2:30 start time, Lincoln Memorial and King. And obviously 8-0 game, not the most competitive game here, but that's going to be a good game, King and LMU.
It should be.
Both from the state of Tennessee.
Yeah. Ground ball up the middle. Neto Fields throws to Boatner, but it's going to be safe. Infield base hit for the Patriots.
And there goes the no-hitter with 2 outs.
Maxwell did have a no-hitter this year, a 5-inning no-hitter against Frostburg State on February 12th, which was here in Anderson. 11 strikeouts that game as well.
They haven't put the hit up yet. Surely they're not considering a throwing error. Up, there it goes. There it goes.
Yeah.
So Katie Smith, the not quite local but close to local product, breaks up the no-hitter.
Swing and a miss there by Gerald. The Flagler transfer, as we mentioned. It's a big part of athletics, collegiate athletics, the transfer portal, getting those grad transfers in. Play 1 year and can really make a difference for your team. Saw that men's basketball this year, Parker Dortch for Anderson, grad transfer. And transfer portal is very relevant in NCAA.
Yes. Too relevant, be honest with you.
Yeah. OT pitch. Pops that up, out of play.
Oh, and it didn't hit the top of the dugout.
No,
so that
no trivia yet.
No Todd Hay trivia.
2 Tennessee schools next game. Got some Tennessee trivia lined up for sure.
Oh, yeah.
No, I've got one more. I have to go to an Anderson trivia next. I mean, kind of have one already in mind. But
the Lakers a strike away. She has 6 strikeouts so far today, and 1 walk given up, and now 1 base hit given up.
Now they did change that hit to an error.
Oh, they did. So
look at that. Well,
on the stadium scoreboard.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
It took the hit away.
But it was already 1 error.
Error was already there. So there.
Oh, wait a minute. No, the error was there for the Patriots, not for Anderson.
No.
Oh, you're true. You're
so
right.
they changed it to an error.
You're right. I forgot about that. I was looking at the wrong scoreboard. 1-2 pitch.
I don't know. I think she was going to beat it anyway.
I do too.
I did too.
That's why we're not paid to the official scores in Major League Baseball.
But let's get this out, then we can talk about the no-hitter. We've already jinxed it once.
Yeah, I take no responsibility for any scoring. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here for Maxwell. 2 outs, runner on first. And this game's still not over by any means. I mean, they get a walk here, get a runner in scoring position, base hit can prolong the game. So we'll see what happens here. Full count.
And sometimes you get in this position if you're Lakin or AU, and you're kind of pressing because you know it's right there. You know, it's a 5-inning possibility.
Ball is popped up right field. Gracie Williams is there for the third and final out. I don't know what the official scoring is going to be, but Lakin Maxwell pitched well today. 1 hit given up, no hits given up. Doesn't matter. 6 strikeouts. She did her job. Trojan Bats did their job, and 8-0 win for the Trojans. And they'll be awaiting their opponent. They will play the winner of the next game, King and LMU. And Todd, should be a good game for the Trojans today, and got another good game upcoming here at King and LMU.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be fun. I mean, anytime, you know, any matchup in the NCAA tournament, it doesn't matter if it's softball, baseball, basketball. They're always fun to watch. They're always fun to discuss, and we've got such a great crowd here and a great weather day, so should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we'll be back momentarily for the start, probably about half an hour or so for the start of King and LMU.
Christine Corver, Sports Information Director for softball, just stepped in and told us that was an error, so it is a no-hitter.
No-hitter for Lakin Maxwell.
No-hitter.
Congratulations to Lakin.